Hi, I'm Coreen Ward. I am a Pilates instructor and wellness consultant. Let's see, I started as a gymnast with lots of injuries. I had a pars fracture in my pelvis, making my pelvis really wonky and unstable. I have been a dancer. I have fallen on my head and lost my cervical curve. So I have a lot of great fun little things for Chris to play with. But I've kept myself out of pain and I've kept myself moving with my Pilates. I began as an instructor in 2008. I did a year internship with Carol Myers and I trained with her in Avon. And I also trained in New York City with the Kane Institute, which was really anatomy based. So I have really great awareness of my body and of anatomy of others, and it's a passion of mine. So I know where my faults lie, and I know that due to the gymnastics, due to the falls, due to the injuries, I know I have a lot of hypermobility within the pelvis, within the pelvic floor. I know that my shoulder girdle is also very hypermobile. I think that has to do a lot with the overstretching. Pilates has pulled me back a bit, but there are still muscles that sometimes I struggle to find. And there are a couple of moves due to the injury in the back that just can't get it done, and it gets frustrating. So I'm interested to see how this modality will be affected by Chris's work. Okay, so if you're into Pilates, you know about the teaser. I don't mind teaser so much on the tower, on the reformer, but when we're coming to the truth chair, I have an issue. So therefore I must be doing something wrong. So I'm going to show you where my issues are. When I get into this position, it's either that my arms are hypermobile and I'm not getting the true movement in my upper thoracic, or it's that my pelvis just can't stay in that little bit of posterior, which I want it to. So when I'm going back and forth here, I feel like I could do it, and I'm good. My pelvis is staying fine. As soon as my legs go out into this teaser position, so we have our teaser here, we're good. But now I'm going to try and go, and I'm just struggling. My mentor knows, and she laughs at me. So, okay, I can do it with one leg. So here we go. So see, there's my belly, nice and flat. I'm going to hollow it out, and I'm going to come up. That's what it's supposed to look like. Now I'm going to try. The other leg's fine. I can feel myself pulling a little bit to the left rather than the right, but as soon as we go, that's what happens every time.
So we were at Coreen Ward's studio last week at her house, and we're back in my studio this week, and Coreen's going to talk to us about her exercise on the chair, where she's not feeling the connection, and then we're going to talk a little bit about how we're going to break that up, and then we'll show you how I break it up with the Core Restore training system.
Okay, well, basically this move is a teaser, and it is a lot about length, so you're basically making a V with your body. And it is about lengthening the back of the body, so instead of like a lot of fitness people think it's got to do with the hip flexors and quads to pull your legs up, but it's not that at all. It's actually length from the back. So where my issue I feel is possibly with the hamstrings. Being a dancer, my hamstrings are superly overstretched, so finding my hamstring sit bone connection is difficult for me. So I have to get that hamstring connection with the inner thighs coming and pulling back up into my pelvic floor area. So it's like this zip up, and I've got to keep this pulled in to curl that pelvis a little bit more posteriorly.
Basically what we're working on here is working on initial contraction, and I'm going slow into the range for the sole purpose of letting the body adapt to the new range instead of going right into the range. And then as Coreen comes back up, she's working on contracting her really more medial hamstring, the lateral hamstring.
Holy.
Wow.
Hey, we got
So I'm able to hold my legs,
that.
but I don't feel, you'll see,
Yeah.
this coming in. So I'm holding my legs, but I don't feel my lower lumbar spine going through as easily. Right here, here's my connection, right there. I can't get that lower lumbar into the mat, but I'm able to hold my legs.
So now we're gonna work
exciting.
on. Now we're gonna work on the posterior tilt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So now that Coreen was able to hold her legs up, she still felt she wasn't able to tuck enough to get the lumbar portion of her spine where it needed to be in order to really feel like she was sitting in the exercise.
Yeah,
spot.
roll
Right.
down the spine.
Okay.
And roll back up.
Great.
But my legs felt really light.
Yeah, so that's awesome. Good, and hold there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and slowly come out by the opposite muscles in the back. Yeah, letting that tilt come back. Yeah, good. And pull up again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, so now we're working on trunk extension. 2. Individually from the posterior tilt. And then come back. And then what we'll do is once we get through to her end range and through the motion nice and fluid, we'll go and combine the two.
Definitely feel like I got longer and taller on this, so let's see. Give myself a little even, hold on.
What do you feel?
Yeah, I'm getting it.
You're getting
I feel
it?
like I need just
A little bit
hair
more?
but I got it.
Love it.
I'll try it again. All right, so, I mean, just being able to hold my legs up there, you saw,
Yeah.
was silly. So I'm feeling like my lumbar's feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
It's the lumbar thoracic connection. So I'm feeling like I'm able to get here,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's that is getting
That's
it.
getting
Yeah.
in the way.
So Coreen had just stated that she was feeling a little bit still disconnected from where her thoracic and lumbar come together. And she had said earlier how she feels a little disassociated from her arms, so we're going to work on a lat movement and a lower trap movement. So, come back more. Yeah, and give me the weight of your arm. And then, yeah, 2, 3, 4.
Next where?
Okay. Feel them. Okay, legs are still good.
That's good.
Pelvic floor's good.
Good.
There you go.
Oh yeah. You feel I can see it. Yeah, I can definitely see you go deeper. Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh yeah!
Excellent. All right.
Cool.
So-
Getting into this little area, which is like our hundreds position area, was unattainable really in my practice on the chair. Okay, I could do it over there. Everybody hates teaser, I get it. But what we did, I felt the layers, so after we did the hamstrings, the legs felt lighter, and I was able to hold them up, which you saw in the first video was a little struggle. And it's always kind of been a struggle on this. Then the second time when we did the second round, which was the pelvic floor, it did help my lumbar just to kind of lay out, but I wasn't feeling that connection. So then I knew that it had something to do with the hypermobility in the shoulder girdle, and as soon as you attached, or at least gave me feedback to feel, that was able to actually give me the length I needed in that thoracic, so I could stabilize the pelvis, keep it kind of, in the posterior, and then be able to lengthen out of it and get really sunk down into that hundreds position, or that upper body curl, which I couldn't even attain. I was falling out of it.
Because you can see once we go through the different ranges how much easier it is to contract to get those bones into position, and the muscles to get you there, so you can actually do the exercise. And especially this last time, I could even tell that you were going deeper into the exercise.
Oh, that feels good. So I couldn't get the low back in there, but I do feel like my legs are a little bit better, like my hamstring connection's there a little bit better, but it's still the pelvic floor area. It's better than it was. Oh, I just can't seem to get that part.
Looks like the arms felt all right, the hamstrings felt all right, so it's probably got something to do with that pars fracture, just that slipping of the disc that falls a little bit forward for that anterior tilt. That's probably the struggle. But I thought you'd find this interesting. All right, cool. Can't wait to work again.